भवमहादावाग्निर्वापनम् श्रेयकैर्वचन्द्रिका वितरणम् विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनम् प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनम् सर्वाप्नस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम् नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिः तत्रार्पितनियमिता स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन्ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशम् इहाजनिनानुरागः त्रिनादपि सुनीचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानेन मानदेन कीर्तनीय सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि अयि नन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कज स्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपुकदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृषायितं शून्यायितं जगत् सर्वं गोविन्द विरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पिनस्तु माम् अदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विधता तुलं पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Good evening to everyone. Thank you very much for joining. And thank you very much for giving me the opportunity in the auspicious Purushottam Mass to recite and to speak about the glories of this verse, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his mood. So before going to, we will recite the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapatakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukhaṁ Karoti Vachalam Pangullangayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Harihi Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So, in this first verse of Sri Sikshastakam, we learned 7 benefits. So, before going to, we'll give a little recap because it's been a long time of hearing the introduction of Sri Sikshastakam. Sri Sikshastakam, Astakam, is a combination of 8 verses. So, Krishna is very much dear with Astakam. Astakam, because anything you see, Janmashtami, if you see Damodara Astakam, Chaurastakam, even when he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sachi Sutastakam, what else? Gopastami. So, everything related to him, Radhastami, is connected with Astami because this 8 number is very dear to Krishna. So there is a short sweet pastime also. Later I will discuss that. So this one, in this Sikshastakam also, it is the mercy of Srila Rupa Goswami that we got this Astakam, as these verses as Astakam, Sikshastakam. Initially, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not say all together as a song in one place. He did not sit in front of his devotees and sang, okay, note down all these instructions. These are principal 8 instructions recited by me. Not like that. So in various situations, these 8 verses are spoken. So when these 8 verses are spoken, Srila Rupa Goswami in his Padyavali collected. And when he noticed these 8 verses particularly, there is a beautiful sequence he noticed. So in that beautiful sequence, he collected and arranged in a beautiful sequence form and named it as Sri Sikshastakam, and which when he put together and read that, he understood that no other so far, this type of mood, humble mood, humility, with great humility, is never seen, never heard before. So Rupa Goswami was so much amazed by seeing these verses and the mood depicted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And later, when he observed these 8 verses, all 9 processes of devotional service are there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu implied. So what we can understand is, if we strictly follow these 8 verses, if we try to adapt this mood, and if we impart in our lives while executing the devotional service, though you are it doesn't matter, it is not for the advanced devotees, it is not for the middle class devotees, it is not for the Kanishta, nothing like that. So it is for everyone, the mood. That's why in many temples in the morning time, before the japa session, before Nama Paradas, reciting the Nama Paradas, they will recite the Sikshastakam. So we will chant with that mood of humility, these Sikshastakam prayers. And first verse has both first and second process of devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam. So in that whole verse is talking about the chanting, glories of chanting. How many benefits are there that are described in the first verse? 7 benefits of chanting that are described. So it will cleanses our heart. It will clears off, burns away all material miseries, and it will give the unlimited bliss, transcendental bliss. It will give us liberation. So like that we can be victorious. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So that is the ultimate. We will explain, we will discuss that one little elaborately. So first verse is Shravanam Kirtanam. Next one is Namna Makari Bahuda. So it is covering about Shravanam Kirtana Smaranam. So how can we meditate upon the Supreme Lord? So that is explained in this second verse. Third verse is Trinadapi Sunichena. So like a blade of grass, how we can be. That is in the Dasya Ras. Dasya means Shravanam Kirtanam Smaranam Dasyam. Next, Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim. So it is how, if we go to the Supreme Lord, how can we worship the Supreme Lord? Usually, we were taught, okay, give me good life, give me job, give me a good wife, beautiful wife. So all karma kanda activities are give me elevation to the heavenly planets. Give me all, give me, dehi, dhanan dehi, bharya dehi. Like that, everything we are asking. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching that how we should not do like that, and what should be our mood. Nadhanam najanam nasundarim. I don't want anything. I don't want wealth. I don't want too many followers. I don't want any beautiful ladies, beautiful women, nothing like that. So without any desire, we should approach the Supreme Lord. That one. Next, Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Bhav. So this is, if you see last one, this verse, particular verse is Pada Sevanam. So how we have to be serve the lotus feet of the Lord. And then sixth verse is Nayanam Galadashrudaraya. So Archanam. So when we are going to the temple, just offering $11 and telling the Gotra Namas and taking Chatari, that is not the Archana. Archana means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that we should shed our tears so that all our contaminations will be washed out at the speck of the dust at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. So that should be the mood of Archana. We should be able to cry, and our hard hearts are there, which are not letting us shedding tears for the higher purpose, but everything else will cry. We'll cry for all insignificant things, but not for the higher purpose. But we should cry for Krishna. That is the mood of sixth verse. Then seventh verse, Yugaitam Nimeshena Chakshusha Pravrishaitam. It's like a mood of separation. Gopis, Sakhis, Sakhas. So it is called the mood of Sakyam. Because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Radhayatra, when immediately he sees Lord Jagannath, he says that how I'm not able to tolerate this separation. It's been long time. So that separation, Yugayitam Nimeshena, a minute is many yugas. That is the Sakya Bhava. And last one, Aslishyava Padaratam, is the mood of Atmanivedanam. You kick me or hug me, embrace me. So these are all the 9 process of devotional service related to these verses. So if we can adopt this mode, that means you don't need to worry that I'm focusing only always chanting. No, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followers are fulfilling all are trying to fulfill all these instructions, following all process of 9 process of devotional service. Even as a preaching purpose also, this is a nice answer. Many people will ask the ISKCON devotees, you people are not doing any archanam, any vandanam, any pujas, any puraskaras, always chanting. You can say this. Who said that? We are following all 9 process of devotional service, but in a exalted mood, humble mood. We are trying to practice such a great mood. Okay, coming to this fifth verse. This fifth verse, last class we heard from the speakers, Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishami Bhavam Budhav Krupaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stita Dhuli Sadrusham Vichintaya. So whole verse I'm not talking about, just I will take only one word, Nanda Tanuja. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not directly addressing O Nanda, O Krishna, O Keshava, O Krishna, O Keshava, O Gopala. He's not directly addressing. Any devotees, if you take, if you notice their prayers, this is very important. Nanda Tanuja, Yashoda Nandana, Radha Vallabha, Madana Mohana, like that, always something, Arjuna Sakha, something related. They will call the Lord through their pure devotees, through their devotees. So here we should learn this particular point. We should not directly jump to Krishna. We should not just directly catch the lotus feet of Krishna with our own endeavors. What we can understand is our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the followers' mood is not Krishna Bhava, is not Radha Bhava, is not Gopi Bhava. Our mood is Manjari Bhava. So if you see Narottam Das Thakura prayers, Radha Krishna Pranamura Yugala Kishore, Radha Krishna Pranamura Yugala Kishore. Even when we are chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, so we are addressing the Lord and his energy together. We are not just addressing only Radhe Radhe. We are not addressing only Krishna Krishna. We are saying always Radha Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna means Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So we are not trying to get hold, because there is a danger. If we directly want to maintain relation only with Krishna, we are not at all qualified. We will be sunken in the ocean of material world. That's guaranteed. And if you are trying to follow only Radha, we are trying to follow without any knowledge of Krishna, without caring about Krishna, and only trying to catch the lotus feet of Radha alone, that also she will not be pleased, because she will be pleased when Krishna will be pleased. So when we don't want Krishna, but we want only Srimati Radharani, she will not. We will become sahasyas. There is a danger. So there is one devotee, one ISKCON devotee, he is traveling the train. In the train, he is chanting sincerely. So this one, she's a doctor. She only started the conversation. She asked, are you ISKCON devotee? Then that Prabhuji said that, yes, I am an ISKCON devotee. You people, ISKCON people, only chant 16 rounds. Then this Prabhu is very nice devotee, very sincere devotee. He asked, how many rounds you chant every day? Then that Mataji said that 64 rounds. Then he was not able to be convinced. Appreciating her later on. He's totally thinking of how is it practical? 64 rounds. Even Prabhupada admitted that in this Kali Yuga, in this busy world, 64 rounds chanting daily is not a practical. Then, are you sure? Are you chanting really? Then that Mataji said, yes, of course. Then, okay, how you are managing your profession, your lifestyle, daily routine, and how you are balancing 64. Oh, really, it's not a big deal. In my sleep, I finish my 20 rounds of chanting. So this is what going on. We will be in the speculation. We will be in not in the real devotion. So I'm not saying that by worshipping only Srimati Radharani, we will become for sure like that. But there is a great danger, our acharyas always alerting us. So always, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers always, not only his followers, if you refer any pure devotees also, if you read the history of Prahlad Maharaj, Bhishma Pitamaha, Kunti Maharani prayers, if you notice anything, they never address Krishna as directly. They used to address Parthasarathi, who is the chariot driver of the Partha, Arjuna. So Arjuna Saka, like that, always they refer Krishna through his devotees. Why? Because Krishna will be very much pleased and immediately responsive when we call along with his devotees. So, for example, if you call Krishna, he may think that maybe some other Krishna is there. There are so many, nowadays, there are so many Krishnas with the name. If you call Gopal also, he will say. But when you say Radha Vallabha, who else is there? Radha Vallabha, he is the only one. Who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So immediately he will respond. And one more thing is, he will be very much pleased when we call him through his devotees, because he will remember the sweet past tense with his devotees, with his pure devotees. So always Lord will be in the Yoga Nidra. That Yoga Nidra is not like our Nidra because of tamas. His Yoga Nidra is very transcendental. What he will meditate is, he will meditate upon all the past tense that happened, that is happening, that will be happening eternally with his pure devotees. He will relish them so much. That's why even when we are discussing Machita Madgata Prana, Bodhayanta Paraspara, Kadayantascha Mam Nityam, Tushyanticha Ramanticha. So that's why these past tense are so relishing. So always, when there is, immediately, here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu addressed Nanda Tanuja, right? So immediately he will remember the past tense that he had with Nanda Baba, how caringly he was taking care. Even when Mother Yashoda was tying him to the wooden grinding mortar, how Nanda Baba chastised Yashoda Maya. So it is so, he will recollect all that reminds him so much. So he will enjoy those past tense. That's why if we want to get the mercy of Lord Sri Krishna very fast, means these are all the techniques Acharyas taught us. So like that, always the lesson here is, we should not directly call Krishna. Instead, if we call through his pure devotees, we will have the immediate response. He will immediately listen to our prayers. So with such a mood, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started this verse. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam buddhav. Next, these next two lines we will discuss today. Krupaya tava pada pankaja stita dhuli sadrusham vichintaya. So Krupaya means mercy. Tava means your. Pada pankaja means lotus feet. Stita dhuli. Stita dhuli means the speck of dust attached to your lotus feet. It's like it's not the speck of dust. Sadrusham word is used here. It's like dust. Like dust. It's not dust. Means it's not like our intention is to make the lotus feet of Krishna dirty. No. Let me, please, put me like a dust particle on your lotus feet. Means even, I will explain. Vichintaya. So he is asking very humbly this one. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Those are first two lines. Next, please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Which in Daya means very insignificant. I am very insignificant. Please keep me at your lotus feet. So here the mood is Pada Sevanam. I said very humble mood. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Radha Bhava, mood of Srimati Radharani. He always feels that Viparlamba Bhava. So out of humility, he is asking. So we may think that I am not that elevated like Srimati Radharani mood. If I say these words, isn't it like a imitation? But not following the footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just am I in that level to speak this verse? Can I ask Krishna, am I eligible? Yes, it is very difficult because this position at the lotus feet of Krishna was hankered by many yogis, many exalted devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Lakshmi Mata, Rukmini Devi. So many, all the gopis, everyone is hankering. So to attain the position at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna is not at all possible. But that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used a wonderful word, that is Krupaya. So he is not ordering. He is not ordering Krishna. He is requesting. Even if you see the prayers of great acharyas, if you so desire, it is there in many of Bhaktivinoda Thakura's songs, Bhaktivinoda Thakura's prayers. If you see, if you so desire, if you will, if you are willing. So we should not order anything, even it is favorable to Krishna consciousness. Always to learn this mood is very important. If it pleases you, if you so desire, if you are willing, please give me a Krishna conscious life, give me a Krishna conscious baby. So like that, always add this word, Krupaya, please. So Chaitanya, in Damodar Leela also, we learned this. What are all the 2 inches? One is mercy, Lord's mercy, and the other one is our endeavors. So we should pray humbly. At the same time, we should hanker for the mercy of the Lord. Even we pray for millions of years humbly, if there is no mercy of the Lord, it will not. Of course, Lord is extremely merciful. He will grant us mercy for sure, but we cannot take it for granted. But we always depend on the mercy of the Lord. Humbly request for the mercy of the Lord, even from the Guru. Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Guru Edase Trinapeka Tihina. In that verse also, we will ask Shakti Buddhi Hina Amiyati Dina. So I don't have strength, I don't have devotion, I am the most fallen. Please shower your mercy. In this way, we should ask for the mercy from the spiritual master, from the all those pure devotees, and from the Krishna. We cannot ignore this Krupaya word. Next, Tava Pada Pankaja. So this Pankaja is having a great place, lotus. So lotus like feet, your lotus feet or lotus like feet. Please keep me at your Sthita Dhuli, like a dust particle, speck of dust. So here what we can understand is we practically it is not Krishna, you make me a dust, you transform me, you convert me into a dust particle and put it on your lotus feet. It's not like that. Any service, even though it is not important for you, please grant me that. That's fine, I will be happy. Pure devotees will be, even they are ready to do any kind of thing for Krishna. They don't think that, suppose even Pujari Seva is the highest, I want only Pujari Seva, I don't want cleaning Seva. They don't think like that. Any Seva, you allot me, you think that I deserve that one. So maybe I may not be deserve your personal Seva, but any Seva you think, please put me in that, though it is not important for you. Here I want to say one beautiful pastime. In Ramayana, Hanumanji is very much fond of service. Always 24/7, he will be with the Lord Ramachandra doing all A to Z services. One time, Mother Sita, Lakshmana, all Bharata, Shatrugna, everyone is so disappointed. It's not like enviousness. Everyone wants to do service to Lord Ramachandra, right? So, but Hanumanji is occupying, taking all the services. Then they all came and told to Mother Sita. Mother Sita was expressing the same feeling. Even he's not letting me to do service to my Lord. What I can do? Then, okay, we should find some solution to this. Then they made a chat. For us, we will have, right? Who are the devotees allotted for morning seva, Rajbhog seva, Shain seva, like that. So they also made a list of services. And they wrote this seva, this devotee, this devotee, this devotee, this devotee. But they forgot that in any of these sevas, they did not put Hanumanji. Then they pasted it nicely on the wall. So immediately they were seeing the time. Okay, this is my time. I have to do. They ran and went to Lord Ramchandra. He was doing. Then when Hanumanji is about to do the service, before them itself, other devotees stopped. No, we are following a schedule. Then what is the schedule? Yes, are you not aware of the schedule? There is a schedule made. So according to the schedule only, all the devotees has to come and serve the Lord Ramchandra. Then when he saw the schedule, his name is not there anywhere. Then Hanumanji was so disappointed. He was not able to hold his life without the service. His position is like that. Then on that way, when I think says Vasistha came that side and he saw Hanumanji sitting so with a broken heart. Then he asked, he explained the whole story. Then he saw all the schedule of services. Every service is covered, morning till night. What Lord Ramchandra, even small insignificant services also, everything is covered by the devotees. Then Vasistha thought and he understood the mood of all the devotees around Lord Ramchandra. Then Hanuman, don't worry, there is one service which is not allotted by anyone. Then Hanumanji is very happy. And what is that service? Then whenever Lord Rama yarn, you just snap your fingers. So it is a ritual, means it is a usual habit. Whenever we yarn, we will do like that, right? So that yarns won't trouble us. So okay, then says went off. After says went off, Hanumanji is very innocent. He's not very knowledgeable or anything. Then he doesn't know when Lord Rama will yarn. Then if he knows only at that time, he can go and snap and he can do his seva, right? So he was not knowing what to do and he was sitting outside and thinking of it. And inside, Lord Ramachandra was continuously yarning. Mother Sita was so much bewildered. What happened to my Lord Ram? Why he is yarning so much? It will hurt his throat. She gave water. She was doing. She was fanning. Everything she is trying to do, but still. And then everyone. She called all other devotees. Everyone tried their best. Nothing. Drama is yarning continuously. Then they brought the sage back. Then he said that because he wants to accept the Lord's, accept the service of Hanumanji, he was continuously yarning. So it is all, we should have the desire. There is nothing like an insignificant service or higher service. Any service, if we have wholehearted desire, Krishna or Supreme Lord will accept it. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very much deserved for any kind of service, but out of humility, he was praying, Sitaduli Sadrusham, Vichintaya, please kindly place me in any service, though I may not have qualification, like big sages, big tapasvis, exalted devotees, your pure devotees. He is singing like that. He is saying like that. How beautiful it is. So this mood of chanting is far better. You may take any outside world. Suppose someone is chanting, doing vandanam, someone is doing archanam, someone is doing abhishekam. This chanting is, if without this chanting, without this kind of mood of prayers are not there, it is all waste. Why? Because this particular limb will give the completeness. Then it is like a base, structure, foundation. On top of it, you can do any number of decorations, any number of archanam, any other services, any decorations, anything. But this bhava, this way of chanting, humble mood of chanting, in the fourth verse, we saw how to chant, how to ask the Lord. And in the fifth verse, we are seeing what to ask the Lord. In what way we have to ask the Lord. So in the fourth verse, what we should not do, what we should not desire. And fifth verse, what we have to desire, what we should adopt, what mood we should imbibe. And because it will give pleasure to the Lord. This humble mood will attract the Lord, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the previous verses, he said that it is like a garland for a devotee. Every devotee should wear this garland. In the third verse, Trinadapi Sunichena, you would have covered that. So when that humble mood is there, if there will not be any enviousness among the devotees, there will not be any ill feelings. If whole society, country, or any, this is the missing of this point is the root cause for any problem. There will not be any insufficient anything. So all problems will be solved if we can adopt this mood. If we can, first of all, if we want to adopt this mood, we should try to understand what it is actually. And Vichintaya means, another meaning of the word Vichintaya means, please consider this point. Sitaduli Satrusham we discussed. So like a speck of dust on your lotus feet, Vichintaya, please consider my humble request. So in Jeev Jago song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur only, it was mentioned. Jeev Jago, Gora Chand Bole. In the third verse or last verse, it is that the Nityananda Prabhu is giving this mercy. Only what we should do is we should ask for it. We should ask for it. Means anything, we should have the desire. We should develop the desire. Otherwise, Krishna is ready to give. But Krishna will not interfere in the free will of the devotees. So, all our acharyas, what they are trying for millions of years, thousands of years, hundreds of years, coming personally, pratyaksha or paroksha, is giving us, making us develop the desire. If that desire is there, everything definitely we will achieve, we will reach that point. Stitaduli sadrisham vichintaya. Definitely. All that we need to do is we should ask for that. We should develop the desire to go to the lotus feet of Krishna. Instead, whatever deviations, whatever distractions, whatever illusions, whatever attachments, on the way we are. So, always we should remind the mind, my desire is to reach the lotus feet of Krishna. All these are all insignificant. All these are all insignificant. Again and again. But as Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said that we have to beat our mind hundreds of times with the chappal and with the broomstick. So again and again, because the mind's nature is to get distracted, to be attached to except Krishna to anything else. So like that mind, then our duty is to bring back our mind. And this mood of Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stitaduli Sadritham Vichintaya. It was many times, many acharyas were doing. So it is not that easy, but it is most desirable even to Brahmaji, even to Lord Shiva, Rukmini Mata, even Balaramji. There is a beautiful pastime. One time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one time Duryodhana was playing some crucial plans. He is planning something at the time of Kurukshetra war to grab the attention of Balaram. So at that time, taking Balaram is somewhat inclined because Duryodhana learned many of the war skills from Balaramji. So as a student, dear student, he has soft corner. But taking that as an opportunity, Duryodhana was saying some pleasing words, and then he said that some ill words about Krishna. Then Balaramji was so angry that what are you thinking of Krishna? Are you thinking that is he behind your kingdom? His dust, lotus feet dust, is carried by Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Mother Lakshmi. Even personally, I wish to carry that lotus feet because he is the master of all planetary systems. What just a piece of kingdom. So he was saying that in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is there. Beautiful verse. It is recited by Balaramji to Krishna, to Duryodhana. Yashyangri pankajarajo kilaloka palai maulyuttamai dhrutam upashita titatam brahma bhavoham apiyasya kala kalaya. Brahma means Brahmaji, Bhava means Lord Shiva, Kala Kalaya, even though I am the preliminary expansion, even I am Yashyangri Pankajaraja, Akhila Loka Palai, all rulers of all planetary systems. What they are hankering for? Yashyangri Pankaja means Angri means lotus feet. Pankajangri means lotus feet. So Raja means Duli, the dust. So everyone is hankering to carry on their heads that speck of dust on their lotus feet. And the same thing even Rukmini Mata was reciting when he wrote a letter to Krishna to take away from the arena, wedding arena. Please take me away. I don't want to be here. And in that also, in the glorification also, she said that, oh lotus side one, even Yashyangri Pankaj Raja Snapanam Mahanto, Vanchantya Umapatir, Ivatma Tamopahatyai. So Lord Shiva is desiring, hankering to roll in the dust of your lotus feet. He wants to take bath in the dust of your lotus feet. So even Rukmini Mata is saying that. And also Balaramji, scriptures are saying that there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram. Just Krishna is the first, Adi Purusha, and immediate preliminary expansion is Baladevji. So the scriptures are saying that there is no difference except color between Baladev and Krishna. So such a great personality, Baladev is saying that how the dust of lotus feet of Sri Krishna is so precious to them. So we should all hanker to that. And also in Srimad Bhagavatam, Brahmaji is praying, Samashritaye padapallavaplavam. It is a very famous verse. Srila Prabhupada recited many times. Mahat padam punya yasho murare bhavam budirvatsa padam param padam yat vipadam natesham. So if you see in the Sikshastakam prayers also, Bhavam Budhi, it is there. Anandam Budhi Vardhanam, Ambudhi, Bhavam Budhi. So it is mentioned in 5th verse itself. Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha. So this Bhavam Budhi is also this motion, which is material motion, which is full of lust, anger, greed. It is very difficult to cross over. But when will it be possible? Padam param padam yad vipadam natesham. So when you are taking the shelter of lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, easily this huge material ocean will become a small water puddle, which is like a size of a calf footprint. How much water a calf footprint can hold? That much it will become, that much small it will become, this material ocean. So that is the power of lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also asking to take the dust, to be the dust particle at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. So this mood was very much authorized, which was spoken by great personalities, Brahmaji, Balaramji, Rukmini Mata, Lakshmiji, in various places. So this mood we should also cultivate. Then we can Mukunda Mala Stotra also, Kulashekar Acharya, Kulashekar Maharaj, he was saying similarly, Tvadbritya Britya Paricharaka Britya Britya Brityasya Britya Itimam Smara Lokanatha. So 7 times he wants to be, Kulashekar Alvar is one of the prominent Acharya in Ramanja Sampradaya, in Sri Sampradaya. If you see any Sri Vaishnava temple, there will be Alvars. So one Alvar is Kulashekar Alvar. He is a king. Later he became a great Alvar. So that Alvar, he is saying 7 times, Britya, 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 means servant, servant. I want to be the servant, servant of servant of servant of servant of servant. So any Acharya, they just don't want to jump directly to Krishna and try to hold the lotus feet, because we even don't know, even when Krishna appeared in this planet, many people, many great knowledgeable people could not estimate the power of Sri Krishna. Many instances they thought that he is an ordinary person. Brahmaji thought he is an ordinary person. Indraji thought he is an ordinary person. So where are we? We don't have any knowledge compared to those great personalities. So we cannot even dare to try to approach Krishna directly. So always we should get hold the lotus feet of spiritual master, our acharyas, especially Srila Prabhupada, and try to please them, follow their instructions, and accept this mood of Gopi Bharta Pada Kamalayo Dasa Dasa Dasana Dasa. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is saying that I don't want to be the servant of Krishna. I want to be the servant of Krishna, even 100 times servant of Krishna. So like that, we also, even, my dear Krishna, even though is a small service, even though it is not that important to you, even though it doesn't make it doesn't be needful that much. If you think that I am qualified only to that extent, please kindly allot me that service. So this is what we should learn. And also, otherwise, it is very difficult. We will be lost in this material world with some false ego or our own nishidachar, kutinati, jiva labh, puja, pratishta. So this mood is especially to overcome the weeds of our devotional service. So a plant is there, even though how beautiful you are, you gave good soil, you are everyday nourishing, you are everyday watering the plant. But along with that plant, if there are powerful weeds coming out of, coming closer to that, so everything will be taken by those weeds. But this humble mood, kripaya tava pada pankaja, stita dhuli sadrusham vichintaya. Please consider this point. Then we can safely reach one day to the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. I hope I covered at the time. Yeah, Prabodhananda Saraswati also, he said that this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mood and this particular mood of his devotees is never seen before, is never seen in any scriptures also. So, which is very, very important. And then, yeah, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke only very few verses. He did not write any books with, but in his childhood, he wrote a small book, like a grammar book. But his friend Raghunath Siromani is there, one devotee, but he is a Sanskrit scholar. Then when he read the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's that grammar book, immediately he was crying. If anyone reads your grammar book, nobody will refer mine. Nobody will look even. Then at that time, immediately throw his grammar book into the Ganges. So what we can learn is, even though how much ever gnana you have, so if it is not required, we should be very much detached. And gnana alone will not give the bhakti. But even bhakti alone is sufficient, even though we don't have gnana. Yeah. And one more reason is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only spoke these 8 verses means he spoke a few other verses also, like Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesha Tanaya Tathama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachi Upasana Brajavadu Varkena va kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumato Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhor Matamidhi Tatradarana Paraha. In that verse also, he spoke that verse to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. So he is saying that, according to me, my opinion is there is no beyond this. Yeah, if you read that. So we have to, there are like that very few, when he goes to Chaitanya Radhyatra in front of Lord Jagannath, he read one verse. It's been how long I have seen you, how long been it's been I have seen you, I'm not able to tolerate that. So very few verses only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wrote. So these are all very precious. Any pastime you take, any leela you take, there are no much dialogues spoken by the Lord, because Lord doesn't speak much. Even if we read the Leelas of Lord Sri Krishna, many times, Kunti Maharani prayers, after you read the whole, hear the whole Kunti Maharani prayers, how the Lord responded, there is a beautiful line, Lord just smiled. That's it. That is his response. So usually Lord doesn't speak much. Whenever there is real necessity only, he will speak. Otherwise, he will not. So in that similar way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though he spoke little, they are like precious jewels. We should collect these precious jewels, make a garland and wear them every day. We should never forget. This is the real worthy garland than any other. Because Vaishnava mood, Vaishnava achar, Vaishnava behavior is very, very important to get perfection. With this, I will conclude. If there are any questions, please ask. Hare Krishna, Amritanand Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All praise to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji. That was wonderful. Your enthusiasm in sharing Krishna Katha is really very inspiring. Thank you for that. Mataji, at the start of the class, you mentioned about 8, some pastime about why it is Krishna's favorite number, unless I misread that. So could you share that, please?
Yeah. But why I'm not mentioning that here means I don't remember the exact scriptural reference, Prabhuji. But for knowing purpose, if you want me to tell, I will tell. Because Dwapar Yuga started, in this Yuga cycle, Dwapar Yuga started after Treta Yuga, right? So there are, everything is personified related to Lord. You all know that. So like that, Chaturdasi, there is Narsimha Chaturdasi. Then Ram Navami, Navami is there. So all these days are personified. Then Ashtami went and asked and cried to Lord Krishna, I don't have any significance for my day. So when he went and very humbly shed the tears, I want to have some importance for my day also. Like that, because there are Vijayadashmi, like Ekadasi, like that, there are many pastimes. So it is said that Krishna blessed Ashtami also with so many of these Ashtami days.
Thank you, Mataji. Something similar like Purushottam.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Lord is so merciful, many, many times proven.
Thank you, Mataji.
Suman Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandit Pranam, all girls. Yes, Ashtami is really blessed. Like Krishna is also born in Ashtami and Radha Ashtami is also celebrated. So Radha Rani and Krishna, both of them have blessed the Ashtami. And so yes. So my question is, Mataji, that related to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you are speaking about. So by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we have the conversation of like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given the teachings to Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. So that is available as a book called Teachings of Chaitanya with the mercy of mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So there also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not given many verses, but yes, the teachings are there. Like so, lot of things we can learn from there itself.
Yeah, he did not personally write the books, but with the instructions that were taken from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all his disciples, especially Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, but many of his disciples wrote the books carrying out those. So what we can understand is those are non-different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because they were personally spoken, but he did not pen any book like that, like a previous acharyas. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. It was a wonderful class.
Hare Krishna Mataji. It's a nice class, Mataji. Actually, my My wife name is Radha. So I need to chant separately Radha mantra or like Hare Krishna. Just I would like to know, Mataji.
Very good, Prabhuji. But you have the mood. Even when you're calling Radha,
Yeah.
remember Krishna also.
Yeah,
It is a
daily
great
I call lot of.
you have a unique opportunity to basically underneath have the mood of reaching Krishna through your Ajnana Sukriti, through calling your wife's name also. Very rarely you will have this.
Hare
Very nice.
Krishna.
Prabhupada's wife's name was also Radha Rani.
Radha. Yeah, it is all mood.
Lal Govind Prabhuji's Mataji also Radhika. Yeah, always he mentions Radhika. So very fortunate souls. They can always say, thank you so much, Mataji, for wonderful class as usual. Wonderful. Looking at your face only, we get that like happiness, bliss. Thank you for your association, Mataji. All glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Mataji, that Hanumanji story is also very nice. I really like that. The yawning part, you know.
There is that song also for that Chutki Bajaye Hanuman Ji. Yeah, it's really very nice song. Wonderful pastime.
Hare Krishna, Simi Sudas Prabhuji, handing out to you.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Wonderful class. Nice points. Thank you so much for explaining nicely. The mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the importance of 8 verses, significance of 8 verses. Now one can attain the lotus feet of Krishna just by hanging this on the neck and following that, the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is exactly the meaning of this Sikshastakam, how one should progress in bhakti, or what is the mood of executing devotional service. It's very powerful, very wonderful. Thank you so much. Any other questions, any other comments, any other questions? Anybody else? Otherwise, let's conclude. Thank you so much. Let's pray together. Vancha kalpatarupasya Kripa sindhu bhyevacha patidanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Vaishnavimrati jai. Sikshastakam ki
Jai.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Sri Panchatattva ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai. Hari. Thank you so much, Kalindi Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare